Welcome to our channel. The Swedish royal family warmly welcomes Frederick and Mary of Denmark on their first state trip since the proclamation. Federico and Mary from Denmark are already in Sweden. The monarch and his wife are making their first international tour as kings aboard the spectacular royal ship Dannebrog, and their first stop has been Stockholm. Upon disembarking, they were received by Kings Carl Gustavo and Sylvia, Crown Princess Victoria, and her husband, Prince Daniel. The Danish head of state and Queen Mary arrived in the Swedish capital at 10:45 in the morning, specifically on Skeppsbron Street, right in front of the royal palace. To receive them with all honors, gunshots were fired from Kastelholmen, a small island located in the center of Stockholm. The Swedish royal family has given a most affectionate welcome to the Danish kings. It must be remembered that in addition to being counterparts, the kings of Denmark and Sweden are united by family ties. King Carl Gustavo is a cousin of Queen Margaret II, since Queen Ingrid, Margaret's mother, was the sister of Crown Prince Carl Gustaf Adolphus, father of King Carl Gustaf. On Skeppsbron Street, King Carl Gustaf reviewed the Swedish Lifeguards Grenadier Company. After this event, the two royal families traveled on foot to the royal palace. Estelle and Oscar from Sweden have been awaiting the arrival of Federico and Mary from the balcony of the royal palace. It must be remembered that the young princes, aged 12 and 8 respectively, are the godchildren of the Danish monarch and his wife. In addition, for this great event, they have been preparing their own homemade Danish flags. For this first day in Sweden, they will leave tomorrow. Mary from Denmark has opted for her favorite color, navy blue, wearing a white checkered tweed dress, a garment that we have seen on up to 5 different occasions, a cape coat, and an original headdress with XL bow. Princess Victoria has also fallen into the flirty trend since she has collected her hair in a low bun adorned with a large flower. When it comes to clothing, the heir to the throne has opted for a baby pink coat and dress and long black leather gloves. Sylvia from Sweden, for her part, wore an original printed dress that she combined with a fuchsia coat, a style that the Queen has complemented with a headdress also in fuchsia, a maroon patent leather handbag, and matching low-heeled shoes. In the stateroom of the royal palace, Frederick and Mary from Denmark had the opportunity to meet representatives of the Swedish Parliament, the government, and the Danish delegation. During this reception, the two royal houses have exchanged orders, that of the elephant by the Danes and that of the seraphim by the Swedes. In the same way, several representatives of the government and public administration have also received a decoration. At 12, the lunch that the kings of Sweden organized at the royal palace in honor of their guests began. In this photograph, we can see that Prince Carl Philip of Sweden and his wife, Princess Sophia, have also been with them. Carl Philip of Sweden, a designer prince who begins a new and exciting journey in fashion. In his speech, Carlos Gustavo of Sweden emphasized the historical union between both Nordic countries. Thanks to our long shared history, we are well prepared for the future. A future in which Denmark and Sweden will remain united, side by side, more closely than ever. After this meal, at 1:45 p.m., Federico and Mary from Denmark visited the Swedish Parliament and met with President Andreas Norlin. The political meetings continued at 2:35 p.m. when the royal couple was received by the Swedish Prime Minister Ulf Kristersson at his cabinet headquarters, the Rosenbad building. At 3:30 p.m., Frederick and Mary of Denmark, together with the kings of Sweden, began their visit to the Royal Institute of Technology to learn about advances in space research and the ecological transition. There they met with the Swedish Minister of Education, Lotta Edholm, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Lars Locke Rasmussen, and the rector of the institution, Anders Söderholm.